Welcome to another episode of A Walk with Dan, and today I want to talk about ADHD, specifically my ADHD. I was actually diagnosed with ADHD way back in elementary school, and there was a downside to being diagnosed with ADHD way back then, and that's the fact that the amount of information that basically the world knew about ADHD was very minimal. Well, not really minimal, but it was nowhere to the level of the amount of information and knowledge they have about ADHD today. It's kind of crazy. I recently discovered the YouTube channel called How to ADHD, and holy smokes, the amount of information and resources that channel provides is amazing. I really like that channel. One thing I started to notice was that some of the things I did in order to make my life easier are actually things that a lot of people that have ADHD would actually do as well, because it would make their lives easier. And I just found that really interesting. Like, for example, I schedule almost everything in Google Calendar because I can access it on my computer, I can access it on my phone, I can access it on whatever device I'm on, and it just has all my information. And this way I don't forget to do something because I'll put it in my Google Calendar and remind myself I have to do this. I'll get the email notification in like 5 minutes before the event happens and then go, okay, I need to do this. And that's how I can prioritize certain things. Like, I even do it with day-to-day tasks because it helps me keep everything in order. I just found it interesting that things like the fact that I schedule everything and I write a lot of things down. I don't actually write it down because my writing is really terrible, but I actually write it down in Google Keep. So then I have notes and information whenever I need them, because sometimes I am really bad at forgetting things, but if I write it down, then I don't forget them. And that helps me a heck of a lot. I don't know if that's because of ADHD or not, but let's just chalk it up there with yes. There's a lot of talk about the downsides of having ADHD, but there are some really great upsides. Like, for me personally, it seems like I have a seemingly infinite amount of energy all the time. It is kind of ridiculous. Also, the fact that I have the ability to hyper-focus is so useful. It helps me get a lot of things done and be really productive. So yes, there are some negatives, but there are some positives. I can't even think of all the positive things. Oh yeah, there's another one. It seems that maybe ADHD may be the source of where I get a lot of my creativity. I don't actually know for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did come from ADHD. And I just feel like if I didn't have ADHD in my life, if I wasn't ADHD, I just wouldn't really be me. I think another benefit of having ADHD is the fact that I can jump from one task to another, then back to the other one, and still know what's going on with all the different tasks. And also the fact that I really like to talk. As soon as you get me started on a subject that I care a lot about, I'm just going to talk, and I could talk for hours. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, I don't think it's ridiculous, I think it's awesome, but other people find it to be ridiculous, but I don't care what they think. Well, that pretty much sums up what I wanted to say about my ADHD. In the comments below, let me know, do you have ADHD, or do you know someone with ADHD? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget to have an epically awesome day. Bye!